welcome to the Boss Squad show with your girl, Kubi Springer. So this show is sponsored by Big Jam Studios, Be Green Green, and She Builds Brands. Now, let me tell you guys something, okay? Technically, it is not the show yet. Today is not the show. What today is a test of the show. And I really wanted to do this because the Boss Squad show is streaming live across multiple platforms. So we are live on Kubi TV, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Instagram, and we're live on Facebook. And this is the real deal, okay? This show has been produced for you guys. If you guys follow me, if you're with me, if you connect with me across social media, this show is for you. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to take you on the journey of developing the show. First of all, I must say this, okay? The set is absolutely beautiful. So really big thank you to everybody at Big Jam Studios who helped me to create the show. Now you might be wondering, like, Kubi, what is this show all about? What is this show entailing? Like, how does this all work? Well, this show is basically a show designed for women in business. Now, does that mean that we don't love you men? Child, come on now, you know we love you. But it's designed for women in business, even though we will bring the men along the journey. Not only is it designed for women in business, but it's designed to be a safe place for women. It's a place where on a Sunday night at 9 o'clock UK time, you can sit back and chill, eat your popcorn, drink your drink, and have an honest conversation. So what does that mean? It basically means that I don't do the show on my own. No, sir, me. There are 3 contributors and then there's a 4th one. So the 3 contributors sit in these 3 chairs here. I don't know if we're on a wide shot right now, but if we are, every single week, 1, 2, 3 chairs will be filled with some amazing women, and the women rotate. So sometimes I might have a woman that works in a business. Sometimes I might have a woman that's opening a business. Sometimes I might have an MP. Sometimes I might have a musician. But basically the criteria is that she's a woman in business, and occasionally we'll bring on some guys for good measure. Now, the ladies join me every single week, and we have a variety of topics that we talk about. Everything from, are women too emotional in business? Are we? Can men handle it when women earn more coins than them? Can they? Does size matter? Oh, child, take your head out the gutter. I'm talking size of his bank account, size of his mortgage, size of his endowment system, as well as size. Okay? So we're going to be covering all those subjects, plus many, many more. But the 4th contributor is you. And this is how it works. You get to leave your comments in the comments box. It comes to me on this iPad, and then I will read them out throughout the show. Does that sound cool, or does that sound cool? So I want to kick off by doing some hellos, okay? So I know we are live on Instagram right now, and we are also live on Kubi TV. If you're wondering, how do you participate in the show? Literally, just put your comments in the comments box and I will read them out live on the show. So you might be wondering, why did I have my phone? Why am I holding it very unprofessionally? Well, because we're on the pilot and I can. But here we go. Let me read out some of these comments. Let me see what everybody is saying. Oh my God. Okay, so I know, as an example, we've got the wonderful Kaylee is on. Hey, Kaylee, gorgeous. Kaylee is part of the Boss Squad membership. In other words, she's part of the VIP Boss Squad. She gets to do some mentoring with me every single week. Plus, Kaylee also gets some of the e-courses, the worksheets. Like, hey, girl, big shout out to you and your fitness brand. Also, I want to do a shout out to somebody else who I know who's on here, the lovely Laura. Laura has been a client of mine for a little while. Say, hey, gorgeous to you. So this is how it works. Say hello, put your comments in the comments box, and I will read them out for the whole world who's watching the show to hear all about it. So, should we get into it? Are you ready? The first thing I want to do is I want to bring on one of the contributors. She's an amazing lady, and she's one of the women that is going to be joining me each week with all the other contributors. I'm going to bring her out. Her name is Harouj. We're going to have a conversation about this show. Plus, this is where you need to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. I have got Mobo award-winning singer and winner, Lorraine Gato, in the studio. She is the lady who is the voice behind our theme song, and she's going to be performing that live because it's International Women's Day. And so I wanted to give you a beautiful treat. Trust me, honey, you don't want to go anywhere. All of that after these ad breaks. you see it, Bird? Amazing. Can you see the drama I'm going through just to bring you your own show? Hello and welcome back to the Boss Squad with your girl, Kubi Springer. This show is brought to you by Big Jam Studios. It's also brought to you by She Builds Brands and... Be green, green, green. Yes, child. This is the show just for you. Now, I am sitting in the studio with the very amazing Arooj. Arooj, how are you, baby?
I'm good, thanks. I can see the energy coming around.
Yeah, the energy is serious, huh?
Big time. Big time.
We're trying to create a show here.
That's it. And the 10 boxes of pizza as well.
Yeah, I love you for exposing this. Okay, so let's talk about this show, all right? Every week, me, you, and kind of two others are here. Why do you think this show is so important?
I don't think there's lots of various programs outside on TV shows, but there isn't that many for women in business in particular, especially when they are for up-and-coming people that are in a world where there's entrepreneurs or people that are just kind of trying to pick up skill sets from women that they find inspirational. And I think the Boss Squad allows you to have a safe place to kind of understand and sort of springboard off kind of ideas, what's happening, and even take from experience. I think experience is really important.
Yeah.
And that's what the Boss Squad is really all about, having women come together, learn, grow, and progress, really.
Yeah, I love that. You know, Sophie and I did this show 15 years ago.
I'm waiting to see that.
I'm telling you.
I really want to see those YouTube videos, right?
I'm telling you, like, if you guys are wondering what I'm going about, go over to YouTube and type in the Sisterhood TV show. I was 28, Arooj, when we did this show, right? And
that was like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, child. It was five minutes ago. It's all going on.
Special people in the background. We have bloopers too in our show. So full on entertainment at the Boss Squad. We're not all that serious. This makes us a bit different. No, we are professional.
We are professional.
We are professional.
Oh my God. This is beepers.
It just shows that Kubi Springer has a team behind her that crawls and does all sorts of things. But it's the whole idea is that we will do what it takes to get what we need, the message out there. This is the Boss Squad.
You have to laugh. If you don't laugh, I tell you something, you'll cry. Or you'll cry and laugh at the same time. So, we were talking 15 years ago, me and Soph did this show. And the show was amazing. It was just as crazy as this one. And it was called Sisterhood because we felt like back then, we needed a safe place for women to have honest conversations. And Sophie and I were having this conversation about the fact that it needs to come back.
Kubi's got the giggles.
I've got the giggles, yeah.
But I think it's still needed to this day. It's funny that you're talking about Kubi. I think it's quite important that...
You're not looking at me, are you?
I'm just not going to look at her. No, but the truth of the matter is that there's still topics that probably you were discussing 15 years ago that we are still having to discuss today. Kubi, stop it. Just, honestly...
I can't stop. I actually can't stop.
Normally it's me laughing and not Kubi, and I get told off, but obviously Kubi's good.
It is International Women's Day. If you can't laugh about something on International Women's Day, yeah, we had some of the topics that we covered back then. So things like, you know, are women too emotional in business?
And it's still relevant today.
And it's still relevant today, right? Other topics that we covered back then were things like, we didn't really cover gender pay gap back then because that wasn't really a label per se, but we did talk about when are women going to be in a position where they're earning more than...
And that's still apparent.
And it's still apparent,
And it's strange, isn't it? I think where women are more involved now and they're able to, you know, kind of get into position or have opportunities more probably than they did in 15 years. Kubi, stop it. 15 years ago, I think... I'm just going to give up. I'm going to take over Kubi's show.
Take over my show.
I'm going to take over Kubi's show. Right, so I'm not going to look at Kubi. So I'll just do that with the Boss Squad.
All right, I'm going to be serious. I'm going to be serious. I'm going to be serious.
No,
so,
but,
yeah, go ahead.
But seriously, I think 15 years ago and today, I think the environment's opened up for a lot more entrepreneurs, young females are wanting to have business, but not necessarily the skill
I'm
set.
going to an ad break so I can get these laughters off of me. Producer, take us to an ad break and then we're going to come back and have a serious conversation so I can stop barling on what is actually live TV. I'm so sorry. I can't BossSquad. See that? Did you see that?
This is what happens with live TV.
You know what? Every time. That's what. Hi, and welcome back to the Boss Squad. If you have been watching, then good on you for sticking with me because I was uber unprofessional. I had the giggles. I was laughing. I couldn't help it, but I'm back. Kubi Springer's back, okay? And breathe. All right, this show is being brought to us by Big Jam Studios, Be Green, and She Builds Brands. Now, if you just joined us and you're wondering what is this show all about, well, it's a show dedicated to women in business. Now, this technically isn't the show. This is like the pilot, which is why all of this foolishness can happen because it's the pilot. We're literally doing this so that we can test everything because we're streaming across 4 different channels: Kubi TV, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So this is the pilot and we're going live to test it. And also we want your honest feedback. Like, don't hit me up and be like, why was you laughing so much? You're so unprofessional. Don't do that. You know what it's like when you've got the giggles. But do hit us up and tell us what else you think could be improved, what could be different, how could we change it up, what do you like, what do you want differently? Like, this is your show. And since this is the pilot, come on the journey and tell us everything that you want to see. All right, in the studio with me right now is the adorable Aruj, who is one of the ladies who's going to be contributing to the show. So, my darling, back to you, gorgeous. We are back, yes. So let's talk about kind of, I think a lot of the times, for me, when I decided I wanted to bring this back is because I was feeling, if I'm really honest, I was feeling a little bit lonely on the journey of kind of trying to conquer the world, right? And I often say to people, like, you can look at the Instagram and it's like, Kubi's here and Kubi's there and Kubi's doing this.
Nobody sees the challenge.
Child.
Nobody sees the sleep that's nice in business. I think this is really important to a platform to bring forward is with social media and instant gratification, you see the end result. You also see the filtered life, right? Mm-hmm. The rose tinted, it looks good, it looks glam, but really everything that you do in business is the hard graft.
Right.
And nobody actually sees the sleepless nights,
right.
the time that you don't spend with family.
Right. Like I just had Angel.
Yeah, exactly.
Before we were live,
exactly.
like my little Bubba was crying, saying, come home, come
exactly.
home. And this show is that place where you can bring that.
Yeah, and I think what's more important is that I think the panel of women that you have, they're all very, very different. They're all different backgrounds, culture. You know, we live in England now, and we have a very multicultural society, different ethnicities, different race, different religions, different creed. So I think it's really important to kind of, and everybody's got this one goal about business or development or growth. So this show isn't just about the women that are going for business. I think it's even just people wanting to understand life skills, trying to understand how to fit in a place, how they can use skill sets to put into their daily lives, relationships. Yeah. And it's done in a way where, you know, you kind of just sort of easy going. It's not fake. It's, you know, like you had the giggles. It's
Yeah,
fun.
if you had the
I hope
giggles,
we
you
have
had
more
the-
giggles, to be honest.
Yeah, I hope we have more
I
giggles.
hope we have some fiery moments as well.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, we need some controversy.
Look, child, I know my name is Springer, but this is not the Jeremy Springer show. This is not.
No, but I think it's good. I think it needs to have a forum where there's healthy debate.
Yeah.
And I think people should be able to see that we can disagree to agree.
Absolutely. And also we've got the segment around the products as well, which is kind of cool.
I love products.
Yeah, me too. So you guys,
Send them in.
send
Send
the
them in.
products on. Basically, we have a section on the show which is called Do We Love It? Or Does This Brand Need Rescuing? And it's where we look at products, it's where we look at services, books, apps, etc. Events, absolutely. And so we really want to encourage you guys who are the Boss Squad, who are women in business. If you've got a product that you want to send into the show for us to review, we will give you our honest opinion. I mean, in the pilot show, you made a really good comment about somebody's branding and how that could be improved to take the product to the next level.
Yeah, they're like little gems that you can just take for yourself and take for your brands. But the point of having that is understanding, you know, if you want to actually highlight what you've got, you want to show it to the wider audience, do so.
Yeah.
But definitely for events and things that we probably wouldn't know about, but you can let us know.
Absolutely. I love that. Yes, good. So, call to action. If you're on the Boss Squad and you've got a product, event, an app, an experience that you want everybody to know about, let us review it. Let us talk about it on the show. All you need to do is either DM us on Instagram, if you're on Instagram, or you can drop an email to the team on admin@shebuildsbrands.com. That's admin@shebuildsbrands.com. We can't wait to get your products in our hands. We can touch it and feel it. We've had everything in kind of the rehearsals and the pilot, from handbags that pop open to brushes to what else we had? Oils,
tea towels.
Tea towels, yes, child. We were reviewing a tea towel.
On International Women's Day.
Yeah, on International Women's Day.
A little bit controversial, but we like that.
But we liked it. And so basically we were kind of looking at all these products in the pilot, and it made us say, yeah, we really want this segment in the show because it's a way to really platform and champion you. All right, we're going to go for a quick ad break. When we come back, I'm going to be sitting down with Kevin. Kevin's one of the producer-directors for the show. He is also the owner of Big Jam Studios, and we're going to be talking to him about what he thinks about the show, The Boss Squad, and what you can get from it. See you after this. Hello and welcome back to the Boss Squad with your girl, Kubi Springer, sponsored by She Builds Brands, BB Green and Big Jam Studios. Now, because this is the pilot show, this is completely unorthodox, which basically means I'm going to take a little minute to do something very unprofessional, but bear with me. Mr. Producer, come on set, darling. He's running on. Hey, how are ya?
Actually, I'm the cameraman, you could call me, or the tech guy. Your producer's upstairs.
So I need to call you the tech guy.
Tech guy.
Tech guy.
Yeah, that's why I'm sweating.
That's the official name, is it, Kev?
Tech Kev.
Tech Kev. I like that. It's going to stick with you. Hashtag Tech Kev. All right, Kev, I'm going to read out some of the people we've got. Motivation MD _101 says, beautiful studio. High five to me and you, I think, Kev. Who else have we got? Alana Madison says, I'm loving the plot. My.local dressmaker says, yes, we are. I asked the question, are you liking it? Being Bolded said, you look gorgeous. Why, thank you, honey. I'm having a bit of a fat moment there. You know those days where you feel a bit bloated, like, It's one of those days, but don't watch that. Who else we got? Great energy, somebody else has said. And so, yeah, they're kind of liking this. So let's talk a little bit, Kev, about, for you, why when I came to you.
Yeah.
And I was like, hi, I'm Kubi. And I've got this like crazy idea. Why did you think, you know what, I'm on board?
Well, one, I always like a challenge. Two, I know what this place is built for, and it needs to be pushed to its limits, which we just did with the kamikaze roll there and everything.
Yeah, we did.
I do definitely like working with motivated people, and as soon as I met you, I was like, someone's just as motivated as me, because, I don't know, I find there's lots of people that they talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk, and your time frame was...
Nuts.
Let's
Yeah, it
just
was.
throw it out there.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, if she's going to do this, she's got to be deadly serious. And then the next day, your team were following up on stuff, and my team and your team were talking, and I was like, she's going to be on point. And I like people like that. And if you surround yourself in life with like-minded people, good things happen.
I agree with you, Kev.
That's a lot of expectation from you, my dear.
So live up to it and stop laughing on set.
Yeah, and a lot of expectation from me. I mean, the tech, people can't see. We could turn one of these cameras around. I mean, we were laughing then because there was a few things needed fixing. Russell come down and he tried to duck gracefully under the camera.
But my Russell's like 6 foot, right?
Yeah. And meanwhile, I'm cutting to cameras that are just facing you, so I can run around this side and fix little things on the... You know, it's just, there's so many little things, and as we go on, it'll be tight. But at first, there's going to be these, you know...
Well, this is why we're doing today, right?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that, again, people can't see here, so they can see the set. But Russell, who is the director of the show, is upstairs. I've got my earpiece in, like every person does when they do, you know, TV, and he's talking to me constantly to kind of wrap things up and get it on. And you're right, a lot goes into even a web show, you know, much less something that's a real show on the BBC. But yeah, so I'm really grateful for Big Jam saying yes, for you saying yes. What are you hoping, because you've got women who work for you, and when we pitched the show idea, they were like, oh my God, we love this. You've got a wife, you've got young children. What are you hoping this show will do for women?
Quite funny, you've just reminded me, I'm literally in life surrounded by women. I've got 2 female cats, 2 daughters, fiance at home. I've got one guy here, Ricky in the office, the token guy is, you know. But it's funny, I've actually done a women in business show for somebody. She's pre-recorded it to put out at another time.
Because she's smart.
Well,
Life is nuts, people.
Actually, it's because she has a corporate job and they don't allow her to be involved in other things. So she's building something in the background. Right. And also through my own business networking, I've met lots of women who also talk about the same message as you. It's a big thing, and so I already know that, and I think it's important. But that's got nothing to do with why I've got behind this. It's not because of what the message of the show is. It's because you're a professional person, and I know that we're gonna.
Did you think I would have a hissy laughing fit when I first walked through the door?
I defy anybody to see what happened.
You know what?
Keep a straight face.
So if you're wondering what is this chick going on about, you need to watch from the beginning of the show. But it wasn't just the fall, okay? It wasn't just the fall, and the fact that Russell's 6 foot. It was the fact that that behind is leaning. And every time I looked at Hermione, I could see her leading. It's just, just wrong. Okay, I'm going to read out some stuff, Kev, because they're on here. Thick and fast on Instagram. So who have we got? We've got Betha is on, DJ121. I happen to know DJ121 is amazing. And you used to work in the music industry.
Former DJ,
Right, former DJ. DJ121, he DJs for the Oscars.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of cool, right?
No bigger gig than that.
I'm telling you, he's amazing. Who else have we got on? We got Be Warm Babies UK. Who runs the world? Girls. Okay, so that's what she said. Yeah. Who else we got on? We got Evelyn has just joined and Princess Stone 95. So what you guys need to do who are on the Instagram, send in your comments, your questions that you have, and I will read them out throughout today's pilot show, as well as obviously on the actual live show, which kicks off next week. Now, between now and next week, from your perspective, Kev, what are you hoping the squad kind of does to take this to the next level? Like, what do we need them to do to help us take this to the next level? Please be honest.
They should really be...
Sponsor. Sorry, apart from that.
Yeah, that would be nice. They should be looking at the stream quality. So last minute, we couldn't connect to your Kubi TV, so we're on YouTube and Facebook, and we wanted to do all three.
But it's embedded into Kubi
It's
TV,
embedded
right?
into
He's just
Kubi
talking
TV
tech stuff at the
from
moment,
YouTube.
people. Yes.
But what we want to know is on all your different devices, because people are going to be watching on tablets, phones, desktops, different brands' phones. We want to know that it looks and sounds tight across all these devices.
Yes.
We've got lots of tech and loads of little things we can incrementally tweak and test, which we will be doing as time goes on. So feedback from your crew, yes, please.
Would be amazing. I agree. We did one pilot test in the week, and what became really evident to us was that because we're streaming across multiple platforms, and obviously we're not the BBC, right? So, you know, this is a show for you guys, but it's been done.
To that camera,
oh, not that one that I normally talk to. Well, why
'cause
didn't you
we're
tell me
wide.
that from the beginning, love? I'm there talking to Kubi's camera.
When I'm there, you can talk to that
Oh,
one.
okay. It's because he's here and he's not changing cameras.
Yeah,
He's just seen side profile. That was rubbish, wasn't it, for 5 minutes? But one of the things I think is really, really, really important, guys, is because this show is being created purely off of my passion, Kevin's passion, and self-funding. We're not the BBC. It's not ITV. So we do need your feedback on production quality. And, you know, nothing is too honest. That's why we're doing this before we go live. This is your show. It's called the Boss Squad Show. It's yours. So if there's something that you think that needs tweaking, something on the set that you think that needs tweaking, let us know and we will tweak as we go along. Kev, this has been great.
Cool.
I love you for jumping
you.
on board
High
and
five.
believing in the vision.
I'll go and press some buttons.
Go and press some buttons.
Yeah.
Round of applause for good old Kev. Whoop, 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 whoop. Chup, chup. Okay, what are you guys saying? What have we got? Sounds good on Kubi TV, but I'm not so clear, but still watchable. But live's not so clear, still watchable. Okay, so it's a little bit pixelated. Thank you for that, gorgeous. Keep these coming in, okay? I know those of you who are watching on, now he's told me to go back to my camera. There we go, hello. Those of you who are watching on IG Live, like, let us know the feedback that you're getting in, production quality-wise, how you can change it, and also the content of the show. Like, there are topics that we're going to be covering. What topics do you want to hear? All right? I know what I want to talk about. I want to talk about things like, are women too emotional in business? I want to talk about whether or not, you know, size matters. I want to, like, size matters. I want to talk about whether or not we can change the fact that 87% of women retire broke. Imagine, friend. Like, we need to talk about finances. I want to talk about what does it really take to get to the next level. But what do you want us to talk about? Because this show is for you. The other thing on the show that I haven't mentioned is every single week we will be bringing a boss lady to the table. And what I mean by that is we'll be talking about women who really inspire us. The contributors who'll be sitting on these 3 chairs, they will be bringing a woman in a segment called She's the Boss. So if there's a lady that you think we should be talking about, DM me on Instagram at She Builds Brands, or send a message to Nicola on admin@SheBuildsBrands, okay? So we're going to go to a quick ad break, because when we come back on the other side, child, let me tell you something. Press the share button during the ad break, because this is what happened. When I sat down and I was like, man, I want to do this show and I want to make it as professional as possible, and I need an intro, which means I need a theme song. I turned to my team and I was like, there is only one person in the UK that I want to call to give me a dope theme song, because I needed a theme song where the singer could sing. I didn't need a singer, I needed a singer, okay? So that's that. Number 2, I also wanted a theme song that meant something, and as a Christian, being embedded in our values was really important to me, but at the same time, I didn't want to alienate Muslims or non-believers or any other denomination, so I needed somebody who got all of that. And the woman that is coming up is a MOBO Award winner. The girl can sing her tail off, okay? So as we go to the ad break, share so all your friends can listen to this. She's going to sing our theme song live, and also I'm going to talk to her about her journey as a woman in business. All of that after the ads. Hello and welcome back to the Boss Squad show. Today is like the pilot, it's the launch, it's the let's test it before we really go live with the Boss Squad. If you've just joined us, welcome. And also, where have you been, honey? Like, where have you been? I've been doing this now for 40 minutes. Where have you been? You can watch this show back on replay on Kubi.tv. That's all the W's, Kubi.tv. Now, I'm really pleased to tell you that today's show is sponsored by Big Jam Studios, Be Green, 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 and She Builds Brands. I need to breathe for what I'm about to do, okay? If you've never heard of this lady, I don't know where you've been. She is a MOBO award winner. She has been on Britain's Got Talent. She is a Christian that has sung in nearly every church, everywhere, in every place possible. She is Loreen Cato. Hey, gorgeous! I can't even hug you.
I know.
I'm mic'd to the chair. First of all, I want to say, thank you so much for agreeing to lend one of your songs to this show.
I had to. It was, you're everything about this song. Your whole life and everything. You just kept on going, and I just thought it was a yes straight away, wasn't it?
It was. I was like, girl. You were like, yes. I was like, ah. So let's tell the people who you are for anybody who doesn't know. What's your backstory, babe?
Backstory, gosh, oh my gosh. I come from a family of 11. I'm the 9th child.
Wow.
Born on the 9th month, on the 9th date.
I love that. Virgo.
Yeah.
I never knew. That's why we get on. Fellow
we love each
peoples.
other.
Fellow peoples. So 11 children, 999. I get it.
Yeah.
And so did you come out singing?
Literally. I used to cry a lot, and my mum said, my sister's brother said, why she's always crying? Why she's always crying? I said, she's going to be a singer. She is going to be a singer.
That one day.
Yeah. And, from the age of 3, I started singing in church, and I had this big voice. And so they couldn't see me, so they used to put me on tables and chairs at church. And then, I was just singing. And they used to give me, my mum money all the time after church, and she used to carry money bags to church because there's so much.
I love that. Your mum was pimping you. Oh. That's what they would call that now, right?
Right? Oh my gosh.
So let me ask you a question, because your journey, there isn't even enough time in this segment to talk about the journey that you've gone through. Mm-hmm. But I want to talk about not necessarily the bad times, but I want to talk about what was that pivoting moment in your career. I mean, you did the MOBOs, and I was head of marketing for the MOBO. I was working that year when you won, so I knew you were going to win, right? And I'd known you for years before them. And you went on stage and you sang for your award, which for me was a pivoting moment. I was like, she just done dropped the mic on these people. But for you, what was that moment?
Oh my gosh. I remember walking on that catwalk all the way to the podium, just thinking, oh my gosh, I've won. And this award is going to open so many doors for me to reach people. That's all I kept on thinking about. Yeah. And I felt like I won it for so many people. And, I remember on social media, everyone was like, oh, Loreen, I feel like I've won it. And that's how I said, you did. Yeah, you did, because so many people were rooting for me, and it just felt so important. I just knew that now I can do what I was purposely built to do.
Was that the moment, or was it when Simon Cowell said you're hot on Britain's Got Talent? Which one of the moments was the moment, babe?
Oh my gosh. This is going to sound really strange. I don't know if anyone's ready for this. But when I really knew that I was built to do this, I was born to do this, is when I sang in prisons.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Is when I started to sing in prisons, and you're seeing they would invite me in to get the notorious men, to speak to the notorious men and to sing to them, and you seeing them break down, crying in front of me, and they actually would say to me, we saw you on TV. Some that got out of prison will come to my concerts. And, people see these tall, big guys around me going, Loreen, are you okay? And they're going, oh, Loreen, you changed my life when you spoke to us, you know what I mean, in the prison. I was going to commit suicide, and I remembered your story, and you saved my life. That for me, that was it.
Yeah.
And
Isn't it amazing, babe? That and this is what this show is about. It actually isn't those big external moments. It's the tiny, the small, the most, what could be seen as being the most frivolous, that are actually the most impactful moments in your
Yes.
career.
Yeah, that's what really done it for me, and it was the continuous testimonies from those men in the prison, as well as people that have seen me sing in loads of places, and them telling me, Lorraine, I was going to go home to take tablets to get rid of my life, and I heard what you went through, and I decided if she can make it, I can make it.
So you tell them your story and then you sang and you just kill them up. You just break them down. I love it. You are gifted. Like all jokes aside, right? You are gifted, you are talented, but beyond that, your heart is everything. That's what I love about you, because I've known you for a long time.
Yeah.
There have been so many times where you have felt, you know what, maybe I should stop. But your heart has told you, you know what, I can't.
Yeah.
How'd you keep going?
Oh my gosh, it's your purpose. I'm purpose driven.
Right,
If I didn't have a purpose, there would be nothing.
yeah.
You know, I would just be like a fish in a bowl, just swimming around, swimming around. And it was the fact that after going through, I went through years of being molested. I was also not just once, but I've been raped, I've been beaten. And when I went through years of restoration and healing and forgiveness and all of that, and I was shown that now that you've been healed, now you've got to help heal other people. And that was like, wow, that's what I'm here for. This is what it's all about.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps me going, even though I've given up 1,000 times. And I'll tell my family, don't talk to me about singing. Don't talk to me about concerts. Don't talk to me about albums. I don't want to know anymore. It's over.
I'm done.
And then they'll go, first of all, when it started to happen like that, they were like, oh, Lorraine, don't worry. Now when I say, they go, yeah, you'll be back next week. And I go, yeah, you're coming to my concert.
Because you're driven by purpose.
Driven
and
by
the truth is, and
purpose.
I know you will agree with me, and I'm going to read out some of the stuff the BossSquad are saying, because they're like, wow, first of all, okay? You're getting a lot of wows. I think when you are driven by purpose, the get back is when you recognise that there is somebody at the end of my gifts.
Yeah.
There was somebody at the end of this business.
Yeah.
There's somebody at the end of this talent. There's somebody at the end of these skill sets. That's what keeps you going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. We're going to go for an ad break and we're going to hear you sing. But before we do, I just want to ask a question for you. Why do you believe that a show like this is important?
Oh, because you're going to get the real deal. You know, that's what you're about. You're about the real thing. I mean, the whole fact that everything that's happened, you laughing, everything going on, it's going to be real. I think that so many people, you know, especially on TV, you see some shows with women on the panel and all that, and they've got to curb what they've got to say. They've got to, you know, don't go too deep or whatever. I feel we're going to get deep on here.
Yeah.
And that's what people need, because we have a broken world.
Right, right.
And they need to hear some real things.
Right, absolutely.
To get
and
through.
I think real topics, real conversations, and
Yeah.
real solutions.
Yes.
Because I hate going on to panels and there are no solutions.
That's
to me, that
right.
was like a whining pity party.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, what is the solution
Right.
around here? Okay,
Right.
I love it. They're telling me to go to an ad break, so I better listen. When we come back on the other side, this amazing, beautiful human being is going to be singing our theme song. Don't go anywhere. Share. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, because you don't want to miss this. All of this on the other side. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Boss Squad show with your girl Kubi Springer, sponsored by Be Green Green Green, She Builds Brands and Big Jams Studios. Now, we're at the end of this kind of test show, pilot show / launch show. We're at the end of it, but I couldn't finish doing this without bringing to you our theme song. The song is by the amazing Mobo Award winner Lorraine Cato. This is our theme song, and it is her gift to all of us and my gift to you. Take it away, gorgeous.
They say it's time to hang up your shoes. But history has taught us it's more to gain than lose. The past is the past, whether good or bad. So push back your shoulders, stand fast. You gotta stand fast. I won't give up, I'll keep fighting. I won't give out, I'll keep fighting. Keep fighting, keep fighting. Yeah. They say you're too old or you're too young, but you're more than a conqueror. Your time has come. You may feel unwanted, no place to belong. I've come to tell you, you're a champion. Stay strong. There's nothing to hide. Don't be ashamed. Just look into the mirror. You've been fearfully made. Break the walls of silence. Let your voice be heard. Take your rightful place. Learn to live these words. I will never give up. Keep on fighting. Oh, 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 never give out. Keep on fighting. I know you can do it. I'm gonna move on in and keep on fighting. Yeah, oh, never give out. Keep on fighting. Oh, you gotta keep fighting. You gotta keep rising. You gotta be strong. Move on in a new direction. Don't you ever let go. Let the vision take hold. Never give up. Keep on fighting. I know you can make it. Never give out. Keep on fighting. My brother, my sister, oh, move on in. Keep on fighting. Oh, don't listen to any negativity. Never give out. Keep on fighting. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Listen, keep fighting.
Yes, honey. Yes. Oh, my God. Sit down, girl. Thank you, sir. That was lovely. Oh, man, you know what? We have got 2 seconds left before we disappear from this show. I got to tell you something because I was looking at this. They were saying, wow, what a wonderful voice. There's love hearts flying, beautiful voice. Kubi, please share her Insta. Let everybody know. How can they hear about you, baby?
I'm on Instagram. I'm Lorene Cato, LurineCato. On Facebook, on Twitter, everywhere. It's just Lorene Cato. And YouTube.
Yeah, and YouTube.
iTunes.
Yes.
and Spotify, and everything.
Yes, and we're going to have this song in its academic version
Yes.
available on Kubi TV
Yes.
with a link for them to be able to go and buy it.
Yes, please.
I absolutely love this. Love this, love this, love this. Listen, guys, we have come to the end of this kind of test, pilot. Let's try a ting, see how it goes. And we really, really, really do need your feedback to be able to take it to the next level. Now, we go live with the show and the Boss Squad and the members next Sunday, okay? So Sunday the 15th of March is when we go live with the show. So hit us up throughout the week. Let everybody know about it. We are going to do an Instagram countdown to us going live. And, you know, I just want to thank you for bearing with us with all the hiccups and joining in and watching this test show. One more time, Lorene, let's give her a big round of applause in the studio. Woo-woo! I love it. Mwah, I love you.
Love you.
Thank you
Mwah.
for giving us the theme song. Thank you. All right, guys, one more time for the outro, and we will see you next week for the proper show. Ah! Hit it.
You can do it.